Hi everybody, it's Charlie here. I thought I'd come on and do a quick everyday makeup routine with you all. I know with the current situation it's not essential to be wearing makeup, but I always find that if I have a little bit of something on my skin, it stops me from touching it. Jane Ardala is a good brand to wear on your skin anyway. For one, it stops bacteria from growing on your face. Two, it protects your skin from free radical attack, so that's bacteria or pollution or anything sticking to your skin. And it stops you from touching your face, which with the virus we're trying to avoid doing that anyway for it to spread, so it's just a win-win really situation. So I'll just go through with you now all the steps I do. So to start off, I start with my eyebrows, and what I use is this little duo of the powder and wax. So it just looks like that. With this one you can use the wax first and then a powder, or you can do it together. I tend to do it together just so that I'm not wasting a lot of the products. So once you've done that, I just get a disposable mascara wand and I just brush through them just to make sure that it's all blended and all the areas that are slightly more sparse are covered. And then after that, I just get a concealer in the shade 1, and instead of just going directly on my skin, I just pop a little bit on the back of my hand. And then with a flat brush, I just go around the outside of my eyebrows just to clean up if I've made any mistakes or anything. And then do the same on the other side. Okay. And then what I do is I move on to my foundation. So I use the Beyond Matte in the shade 4. And with this, you don't need to use a lot. I usually just use one and a little bit of a pump on the back of my hand again. And then I take the foundation brush that goes with it and I just work that into the skin. Like so. And then if after you've put your foundation on, you see if you've got any blemishes or anything that are just popping through, I then take the Disappear concealer and I just pop a tiny bit on top. So again, I pop this on the back of my hand. You don't want to go straight in with your brush onto the actual concealer, because if you touch a spot and then you go to dip back in for a little bit more, you're then just spreading the germs and you could potentially make the spot worse or just spread it somewhere else on your face. So just take that off the back of my hand. Just pop it on any areas that I think just need a little bit more coverage. And I tend to just put a tiny bit of this around my nose because I get quite a bit of redness there. Okay. And then for under the eyes, I take this concealer and it's in the shade 1. And you can use a brush to apply this underneath your eyes, but I tend to use my finger because of the warmth from your skin. And this is a cream consistency, it works it better into the skin. And then I just dab that underneath. Okay, once that's done, I then move on to powder. So I use the pressed powder here. And if you like more of a dewy look, obviously you can skip this part, but I'm quite oily skinned anyway, so if I wasn't to set it with powder, it would just slide right off. So I use a flat little kabuki brush, which I find works the best, because instead of moving it around the skin to move the foundation, I'm pressing it into the skin. Like so. And then I just take a smaller little brush, and this is just to set the concealer underneath my eyes. Okay, so then I move on to the bronzer, which is Bronzer 3. You just take a fluffy bronzer brush, and you want to do this where the sun would naturally hit your face, so the sides of the forehead and on the forehead. Where your cheekbone is here. And just slightly along the jawline. And I like to just do a tiny bit on my nose as well. So now we've done all of that, with all the foundation and the concealer that you use, you tend to take all the natural colour and pigment out of your skin. So I always tend to just put a tiny bit of blush on just to bring a bit of pink back into the skin. So this one's Copper Wind. And then just to make sure that everything's all blended nicely together and there's no sharp lines, I just go in with a clean fluffy brush again, and then just go all over. Okay, and then I just move on to the eyelids and the eyeshadow. So on the back of my hand, I just take some of the leftover concealer that I've got on there, and I just pop it on my eyelids just to get rid of any veins or pigmentation that I had. Like so. And then I go back in with my pressed powder, and I just set all of that concealer so we don't get any creasing with another little flat brush. Okay, and then we're just going to go in with some eyeshadow. So I'm just going to use this little palette here, and this one's a really good little everyday one. So you've got the shimmy shade that you can pop underneath your eyebrow bone, which we're going to do in a second. The 3 browns, which for everyday is really nice, just for some definition in your crease. And there is a black in there, but I wouldn't really use that every single day. But if you were going to go somewhere or the weekend potentially, just to deepen it up a little bit more, you can use that one. So we're going to go in with a fluffy crease brush. Just going to use that lightest shade there. And what I do is I start on the outer corner here, because that's where you want most of your pigment anyway. And then so I start here in circular motions, I move it through the crease, and I just keep doing that just to make sure everything's all blended in. And you can keep building up the eyeshadow as you go. Okay, so once you've done that, if you're a bit worried that it's not blended as seamlessly as you would like, you could just get another fluffy eyeshadow brush, a clean one, and just go back over, just to make sure everything's all really nice and seamless. Like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in with this slightly deeper brown there, and just do exactly the same what I've just done. So start on the outer corner and then work your way in. And then again with the clean eyeshadow brush that we used earlier, just go over that area. Okay, so next, in the inner portion of my eye, I just take another flat brush, and I'm just going to go in with that shimmery shade there, and just pop that in this area here. So just dab that one on, just to give a bit more definition. Like that, and then I'm just going to use that shade as well and just pop it under my brow bone. And then with that clean brush, I'm just going to go and blend everything all together again. Like that. Then I'm just going to get an angled brush here, and I'm just going to get the deepest brown shade here and just do that along my lash line. Like so. And then I move on to mascara. So I'm just going to use Black Ice. I'm just going to apply that to my top lashes and my bottom ones. Like so. And then what I'm just going to finish off with is the Pure Brow gel, just to make sure that my eyebrows all stuck in place and they're not going to go anywhere. And then the very last step that I do is I just take the setting spray and I just spray that all so that it all sinks into the skin, all the powders and things that you use, it make it look a little bit more natural. And it just lasts all day. So that is my little quick everyday makeup that I do. Just a little bit of information on the foundation. If it is something that you are interested in but you don't want to purchase in case you don't like it, you can always give us a little sample of your foundation you're using currently, and we can match that to one of these and then send that off to you. So you can always just give us a little message if that's something you could be interested in. And today we have a little discount code for you. So if you use the code Charlie10, you can receive 10% off any of the products for Jane Ardell. So that could be any of the makeup I've used or any of the makeup brushes that I've used. So I hope that's a little bit of help with something you could do every day if you don't want anything really heavy on your skin, just something to make you feel a little bit of normal. And it was nice to have a little chat with you all. So I'll see you soon. Bye.